Alright man, another video, which means another set of free picks. We've been going crazy lately. I'm going to jump right into it. I'm not going to promote anything to you. All I ask is that you hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. It's completely free. It helps me out a ton. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. So recently with our free picks, we have been absolutely going crazy. And the last two videos were 5-0. We just hit this play right here. I put it in on Dabble. Obviously, Anthony Davis voided, but Austin Reeves hit. And Brandon Pods hit. Big cash right there. I told y'all to get in on these plays. I loved them. And then if we go back and look over here, I've been tracking my win percentage over a pretty decent amount of time now. And over the past 7-8 videos, we're 17-8 with a 68% win percentage, which is obviously really profitable. As you can see in our last two videos alone, we're 3-0, and then in this past video, we went 2-0 because this voided. So 5-0 in our last two, which is obviously very good. And today, I have more free picks for you that I'm really confident in. And once again, I think we're going to be pretty profitable. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. And the first pick that I like a lot is that guy, Miles Turner, to go over his three-pointers made. Let's look at it. I'm pretty sure his line is 1.5. I absolutely love this line right here at 1.5, especially against the Detroit Pistons. As you can see on the season, he's averaging 2 a game. His graph is at 1.9. In his last 30, he's hit it at a 60% rate. And when you move down to his last 11 games or so, you see that he's hitting at an 81.8% rate. He's just been super consistent lately, and that is a big reason why I like this pick so much. Now, to go on top of that, another reason that I like this pick so much is simply because he's also played the Pistons 3 times this year, and 2 out of the 3 times he was able to hit over this mark. And the last time that he played him, he easily cruised over this mark. So I think he's going to come out, know that he's going to have a lot of opportunities to shoot in this game, and he should go over 1.5 pretty easily. He not only has played this team and done really well against them, but the Pistons are also just terrible against threes above the break. As you can see right here, Miles Turner scores 38% of his points from above the break three-pointers. And then when you look at the opposing defense, the Pistons have the 26th worst defense at guarding this part of the court. So you look at it all together, he scores the most of his points there. The Pistons aren't very good at guarding it, so I'm taking this over all day long. I think it crushes. I don't think you need to overthink this. Take the over. He's going to hit at least 2 threes in this game. I honestly probably think he's going to hit 3 or 4. So that's my first pick. My second pick is going to be that guy, Kristaps Porzingis, over on the Celtics, to go over his points plus assists here at 19.5. Now, this line right here isn't available on a ton of spots. It will be probably by the time you're watching this video. If not, I would wait for it to come out. If you can get it at 19.5 or 20.5, I'm taking that all day long because of what I'm about to show you right here. So throughout the season so far, he's currently hitting at a 72.7% rate at 19.5. And then to go along with that, the Bulls just have an absolutely terrible defense. They have the 25th defensive rating. And when you look at when he's played them recently, in all 3 games that he played him this year, he went over this mark pretty easily, even in games where they were blowouts. I mean, the last time he played the Bulls, they won by 25, and he still went over this mark. And in this game right here, back in November, he only played 25 minutes, but he still was able to crush 19.5. So I really just don't see where they're getting this line from. I think this is a steal of a line. I don't really understand how this doesn't hit. And then to go along with this, man, if you head over here, what you're going to see is, like I said, he is being super consistent and hitting this mark. In his last 10, he's at 90%. His last 20, he's at 75%. And then also, when you look at the Bulls' defense against power forwards specifically, they're a bottom 3 team in points allowed against power forwards and a bottom 4 team to assists allowed to power forwards. So this matchup is just way too good, and to be able to get this at a 19.5 line is just way too good in my opinion. This right here is easily one of my favorite picks of the video, so make sure you take this over here because I think it's going to hit pretty easily. I really just don't see how it wouldn't. So that's my first 2 picks. My third pick that I'm going to get into is another pick that I like a lot, and we're going to head over to the Toronto Raptors game and look at that guy Grady Dick and what he's going to do when it comes to rebounds plus assists. As you can see right here, he's currently hitting the line they have him at 4.5 at a 76.7% rate, which is obviously extremely high. And then also to go along with that, he's playing the Wizards, who once again, just like the Bulls, have a horrendous defense. They're 28th in assists allowed, and they're 30th in rebounds allowed. And then when you head over here, what you're going to see is that it doesn't just stop with that. It also goes on to specifically the shooting guard position, where they're 27th in rebounds allowed to shooting guards and 28th in assists allowed to shooting guards, which just makes this line so profitable to me. I really do think this line should probably be at 5.5 at the minimum, maybe even 6 or 6.5. He's averaging well over this mark over the season. He's consistently hit it all year long. And then to top all of that off, the Wizards have a terrible defense and they give up a ton of rebounds and assists. So go smash this over. Once again, I'm extremely confident in this, and I do think it's going to crush. Just to show you how good of a play this is, in my opinion, if we add an advanced filter and we go to opponent assists allowed, and we make him play against the bottom 10 teams only, and then we also do the same thing for rebounds, and we look at what he does against the bottom 10 teams only, you're going to see that he is hitting at an 83% rate. He's had this happen 6 times this season, and in 6 of those games, he's hit it 5 times. And against the Wizards, he's getting that same thing once again. So expect this line to hit over 80% of the time. And if you can get a line that's hitting over 80% of the time, obviously that's a super profitable bet. Now, for my last pick here, we're going to go over and take a look at that guy, Michael Porter Jr. We took him earlier in the week, and he cashed out for us. But this time, we're going to look just at his rebound line. It should be 5.5 here, and I love this line a lot. So what you're going to see is he currently is hitting this in the last 30 games at a 63% rate. But when you move that up to the last, let's see, 10 games or so, he's hitting it at a 70% rate. And then when you move out to 12 games, you see that he's hitting it at a 75% rate. And over the last 15 games, he's hitting it at a 66% rate. And that's the number one reason why I like this over. Over the past 15 to 10 games or so, he's just been extremely consistent at hitting this mark. And then when you look at the matchup, you might see, yeah, the Knicks are number 1 in rebounds allowed. Obviously, that doesn't look very good. But when you come over here and you take into consideration that when you go to the small forward position, they actually allow the 20th most rebounds to them, so that's why I like this spot so much. Obviously, right here you can see he's hit this mark in 5 out of his last 6 games, and at the same time, while the Knicks defense is good and they don't allow a ton of rebounds, they do allow most of their rebounds to the small forward position, and that's why I like this spot. I'm taking this over all day long. He's averaging well over this mark at 6.4 rebounds on the season. The Knicks allow the most rebounds to small forwards, like I said. And to top everything off, when you go look at the last time that he played the Knicks, he easily went over this line with 10 rebounds. So there's no reason why he can't go out there and do that again. Maybe he won't get 10 rebounds, but he probably will get 6 or 7 at least, in my opinion. And that'll put him over that mark to make us cash out. So those are my 4 picks. I hope you liked them. I appreciate you watching. Hit that subscribe and like button if you like free pick videos like this. And until next time, let's print some money.